Hey everybody, it's Kevin from 3D Printed Props. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through how I added all of this detail to the Ghostbusters Proton Pack. If you haven't seen the other two in the series, you can go to these links up here. We did the initial building and then we worked on the wand, and this video covers all of this crazy detail. So like I've said in the other videos, huge fan of the Ghostbuster franchise, and this prop is something I have been wanting to do for a long time. And I kind of got stuck in the weeds in my head. I need to make it exact. I need to make it a movie replica version, blah, 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 blah. And I think it's pretty close. It's as close as I plan on getting. I decided that this is my pack, and it isn't going to be exact, but it's going to be pretty darn close. You look at it, you know what it is, and it looks pretty good, I think. So I went ahead and for this part, really had a lot of fun because I'm putting tubing, I'm putting the stickers, mounts and hooks and the rib, just all of this really cool detail into the print that just totally makes it stand out, and I love it. Also working on the motherboard, the Alice pack so you can wear it. Just a lot of fun to work on. So let's go ahead behind the fake wall and I will walk you through all of these steps. Okay, so first we're going to start adding some of the metal details, and I did buy these. I mean, I could have printed them, and I did, but man, they looked so much better. Charles's pieces are just amazing. And some of these things, you know, they screw in and they can hold, but other things, you know, I really just figured I'd add a little bit of epoxy just to make sure that they work well. Others are just totally like pressure fit. That's screwed right in the plastic. And again, the metal pieces, they just make it look so real. And yes, I did spend a little bit of money on these. Links are below for everything. But I just really like how they looked. And I'm just screwing these in and then adding some of the other printed areas. Now, some people use this as a volume. I probably should have, but I thought of it later on, but I put it on and now it's there. So I'll probably put the volume someplace else when I get to wiring. And again, we're just putting all these little pieces on. Now, this isn't metal. This is resin. And then I used rub and buff, silver rub and buff. And I think it looks just like a metal piece. I mean, I didn't want to spend the money here. Maybe someday I will, but I was really happy with how this thing turned out. Now, the brass piece is just a brass rod. It doesn't have the knurling on it, but again, it looked fine. And maybe one day I'll go ahead and get a different piece, but I was happy with that. Now I'm just putting on some of the other little resin pieces all through the thing. And again, these are just printed using some accelerator to make it just stick right away so I don't have to hold it forever. And now we're going to go ahead and put this piece on. Again, gluing it on. I cut these down, the screws, because I didn't really need the screws to hold it in. It's being epoxied in. Same thing here. This was epoxy. I wanted to use epoxy for everything to really make it work. Now here's something. This is a piece of a metal straw. I didn't want to go and try to figure out how to do this or buy like a tube, but I knew I had some metal straws. I had this bolt, and that did the trick. I mean, it slid right on. I made it hole a little bit bigger. That screw is big enough, or bolt is big enough to fit through, and now I can just go ahead and screw it on there. Now, I used a laser to do this. I've got a couple lasers. You can see some of those videos in the right-hand corner or left-hand corner, whichever they show up on. I used the files and I exported them as a file that the laser would read and cut those things out. And bang, I didn't have to buy them. And I was quite pleased about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and snap these in again with some epoxy. And I used epoxy for everything, and not. Sometimes I might have used some super glue on pieces like this to hold the actual lenses in. But for things that were going to be, you know, really take some stress, I used epoxy. And man, it is starting to look like a pack. Now let's add some tubing. And to me, this just killed. Links for everything below. I cannot remember who I bought this from, I'll be perfectly honest. The major things that I ended up buying for this is some of these metal and plastic fixtures and the tubing. because I can't 3D print tubing, and it was relatively cheap. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all these pieces of tubing. I am gluing these in just to make sure they stay locked in there. And sometimes things don't fit. So I need to use the drill and add some more tubing. Now I use these, some of these are resin, some are not. For the resin prints and the actual FDM prints, I actually do use a drill bit specifically made to cut plastic and resin, links below. This way it doesn't crack them. It can happen, but I really haven't had any issues if I take it really easy. Now the tubing, I'm just using hot glue and just pressure fitting it when it really can work that way. You can see this one's a little loose. I went ahead and fixed that later. And I'm just going through and adding these tubings. And I used hot glue on the tubes in case I needed to take them off or whatnot. It holds it in there really, really well, but just in case. Now, this tube is thicker than that opening. I don't know if I got the wrong tube or if I just did something wrong, but I don't care. I put a little dowel in there, same thing here, and then glued it in, and then this way it looks like it belongs there. That's the fun thing about doing stuff like this. Don't get so bogged down with, does it look 100% exactly like it is? These are packs. The Ghostbusters, they made these things. They can be a little different. As long as, you've got some of the really key things that make it the pack, then I think it's fine, and I think it looks cool. If you're a purist and you want a 100% pack that's like 1,000,000% accurate, that's fine too. Me, I want to look like a Ghostbuster, and I think this is going to do the trick. It is strange being a 50-plus-year-old man saying I want to look like a Ghostbuster, but hey, I do. So now we're going to add some of this thicker tubing here, and again, I had to make a little jig for, not a jig, but a little adapter piece for this because it doesn't really fit inside it or over it. So I just measured up using my calipers, printed these pieces out, and glued them in so I can add this sort of big hose, and it works with the inner diameter of it, and the hot glue is going to keep it in place really nicely, and really super happy. Now we're going to add some tubing to the wand, and this is for the release switch, the trigger, and it might not be the exact color green, but it's the green I had, and I'm happy with it. Again, some more tubing to the wand end. I need to make sure this was long enough because this does do a pop, as you saw in the last video. If you haven't, look at the links above. Now, some of the other pieces, parts like this, I added some of my stickers. Again, I can't remember where I got these, but links will be below. I was really happy with these. They look metallic, and they go on really, really well. I did screw this in, but I also used some epoxy to make sure that it stayed in place. Now, this is actually a little foot, like to get rid of calluses on your feet. And I got this cable, and this was one of the more expensive cables, but it needs to look old, so I figured before I put it on, I sanded it down. I used some chalky graphite powder to really dirty it up because I didn't want to have to try to figure out how to do that once it's installed. I did it beforehand because these packs need to be aged. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be weathering this thing up in one of the next videos, and I really wanted it to look aged. Now, those pieces aren't metal. Those are actually FDM pieces printed at like 100% infill, so they're really sturdy, and I used rub and buff to give it that metallic look. I wound the cable. I put this bracket on. Now, this is a bracket I did buy, and again, everything I bought will be listed below. It's little things like this, these little pieces that make the thing look real. And that you actually have this actual pack. So I was really happy to have that. And then you feed this through this hole that ends up, that's right there in the print. And I just added it to the back and put a hole through it and then used this zip tie to keep it in place. So here's the brass rod. Again, there's knurling on the actual one towards the top. I might buy that at some point, but I was happy with right there. Now let's add some of these decals. This was super fun because, man, oh, that's where I got it from. these really make it start looking real. So I'm just putting all these stickers on. You can see I made a little mistake there, so it got worn. Who cares? Because that's what happens, right? Life happens with stickers. And these look really good. Some of them didn't stick that well because of the... Now, this was not... I did not like this. So I ended up getting some dry rub ones that we'll put on later. But as you saw earlier, sometimes it wasn't sticking really well because of that, the texturing. So I did use a little bit of glue to hold those on. But other than that, they went on pretty well. But you can see here where there's texturing, not so much, so a little glue. Put this back on the motherboard. I love that sticker. It looks so awesome. So let's add the motherboard and the Alice pack. Now, I printed some blocks of PET G and screwed and epoxied them into the pack itself, and then screwed into them with a metal bit to go through this aluminum pack. And then what I had to do was, how do I attach the screws to it? So I decided to use these threads, and they're really great for 3D printing, and you can just melt them in, and then now the Alice or the motherboard will screw right onto the actual back of the pack itself. Really, really happy with that. Now I'm attaching the Alice pack to the motherboard, and I drilled some screws in to make sure it had a good grip to it, and I was really happy with how it turned out. You can see here in a minute it's going to have a little bit of a bow, but that I tightened the screws too much, I loosened them up, and it works out just fine. Now I'm ready to just screw this onto the back, into those threads, and take a look at how it fits. So you can see a lot of stuff goes into the building of one of these things. Tons of prints. Like I said in the last video, what I really love about doing this is the research, is the community, the fact that a lot of this is FDM printing. The details are done in resin prints. And then I decided, you know, some of the things I did want the metal or the real couplings, because they just look they look real. Like I tried 3D printing some and they looked okay, but these look like they're the real thing, and I think they really help make it pop. Did it cost more? Yes. Did you have to do it? No. Some things though in it, you know, you've got to pay for, you know, like this ribbon cable and things like that. I think getting the metal mount from GB Fans is a great thing, because you're going to hook this thing together. You want it to last. If you make a resin print and it cracks and then this falls, you know, it could break. So I'm really happy that I picked that up. But overall, man, it is just an awesome looking build. So where are we in this series? Well, this is the third video. So again, if you haven't seen the other two, look up here. The next video, I was really going to start the next video being wiring, but I think the next video is just going to be a quick weathering video, because this looks too new. And the Ghostbusters are throwing the packs in the back of their car, and the Ecto one, they're getting slimed. It's too new. So I need to weather this up. So in the next video, we'll actually be weathering. Then in the fifth video, we'll be doing a wiring video, because this is all gonna light up and make crazy sounds and all that kind of stuff. So we'll do that. And then in the last video, we'll be doing a suit up. In between there, I'm probably also going to show off the uniform pieces, parts that I bought, and how I put that all together. So this will be like 6 videos overall. And something like this, I think, really needs that much time, because there's just so much crazy stuff you got to do to it. So as always, I want to thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please click like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.